Welcome to episode 1 of Let's Talk About It. Y'all already know what time it is. This is the Hoop series. This is episode 1. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend. Thank y'all for tuning in today. Man, it's been a lot of excitement, man, coming into this hoop season this year. I think it's been very, very exciting across all levels. Man, we're going to talk about it. It's a lot to talk about, but it's been very, very exciting, man, across, like I said, all levels. NBA, EuroLeague. Shout out to all my guys overseas. College hoops has just started up. Games is what, fifth, sixth week of games. High school hoops games just started up. So, man, it's been very, very exciting. Crazy start to the hoop season. It's the best time of the year. Before we get into it, though, man, because I didn't get a chance to wish everybody the best this season. Summertime kind of came and went real quick. So did preseason and training camp and all that. So, man, all my guys in school, back at school in college, going through you guys' games. I wish you guys the best. Stay healthy. Get to it. Same thing with my guys overseas. Y'all already know what it is. Stay healthy over there. Get to it. Yeah, man, that's the motto. But yeah, man, we're gonna jump into episode 1. Starting with the hoop series. Starting with the NBA segment. Man, I'm gonna give you guys my takes on how I think the NBA season has been going so far. I think that this season is really gonna be different because I think there's so much anticipation around who's gonna come out the Eastern Conference. I think that Boston being wounded and Indiana being wounded, it really changes really everything because those are two of the top teams in the East last year, and it's still early in the season, but looking like they're not probably going to be in the running as the season goes on. It really opens the door for about 4 other teams, man. I think that there's like legit 3-4 teams that can walk away with the number 1 spot. I think Detroit is going to hold it down. They are really, really playing crazy right now, really trying to prove a point. I think that they have some bad taste in their mouth still from last year, especially that playoff series with New York. I think that they feel like they should have won that series. I think that they've been hearing all the bad comments and the craziness talked about them over the last couple years, few seasons, especially that one season when they had like 8 wins or something like that. Crazy. I think that they remember all that stuff, man. I think that they're playing like they really got something to prove, and they're trying to make a point in the league right now that they are for sure the best team in the East. Cade is playing out of his mind. Gets to his spots at will, can score it at will. Duren is playing unbelievable. And they got a bunch of guys, man, that just really know their role, play together, play hard. They play gritty too, man. I like New York. I said New York. I like Detroit, man. I think that they'll come out with that number 1 seed in the East. I'm gonna say along with Detroit, who's sitting at number 2 right now in the East? Number 2 in the East, Toronto. I think, yeah, man. I think Toronto. I like Toronto, man. I think Toronto they've surprised everybody this year. I think they got a really good team over there.
Look around you. Look at this. We created this. This didn't exist before we were here. Look.
Or up there in Canada. Shout out to Canada too, man. Y'all got some of the craziest hoop talent that we've seen out here. Y'all are definitely going crazy up there. I don't know what's in the water up there in Canada, but shout out to Canada. Shout out to Toronto, the six. But I like Toronto, man. I think that they got a chance to be in the top three, top four too. In the East, they got a really good team over there. I think they don't have a lot of experience. They weren't in the running last year, or I don't think in the year before that. So, I mean, they got a different team than the team that was there with Kawhi and with Kyle Lowry and those guys. So, I mean, my number 2 spot, man, I'm gonna go Cleveland. I think Cleveland, they're gonna definitely have one of the best records in the regular season this year. I think that they're gonna build off last year. I think they had a crazy regular season record last year. They definitely underachieved in the playoffs, but as far as regular season goes, I got them being the top team in the East. So I'm gonna go Cleveland number 2, and then number 3, I'm gonna go New York. I think New York is really, really gonna make a run this year. I think that they're gonna take advantage of Indiana being wounded, Boston being wounded. I think that they'll be a top team in the East for sure. I think it's gonna be honestly, I think it's gonna be Detroit and New York back to back, or going back and forth with each other. I think that that's gonna be the matchup coming out the East. Still early in the season, but my top 3 teams come All-Star break in the Eastern Conference. I got Detroit, I got Cleveland, I got New York. So those are my top 3 teams. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Who are your top 3 teams coming out of the Eastern Conference come All-Star break? Who will hold down the top three spots? And then I'm gonna sneak this team in here too, because I've been peeping them also. I'm gonna go Orlando. I think Orlando, they're also, I think they are out playing like they got something to prove too. I think that series last year with Boston, I think they definitely feel like that should have been closer. I don't know if it was a sweep or not. I think it was, or maybe they might have got one game. I don't remember, but they lost to Boston in the playoffs last year. I think that series, they definitely feel like it should have been closer. I think that this year they're trying to prove a point too, that they are one of the top teams in the East. I think that they can beat out Atlanta. I think they can beat out Toronto as the season goes on, and Miami. I like Paolo. I think he's gonna be the dude. I think that kind of leads the charge for them. They got Suggs over there. They got scorers, man. They got scorers, bigs. Who else is over there? They got Wagner. I don't know how to say his name, but they got some pieces in Orlando. I'm curious to see if they can jump into that top 3 spot. How that's gonna pan out in the East, because they are for sure they for sure should be one of the top teams in the East, man, especially coming off that series last year. So I think that experience, man, will do them well as the season goes on. But yeah, man, those are my top teams coming out of the East: Detroit, Cleveland, New York, Orlando. So then shifting over to the Western Conference, bro, like it's all gonna be about who chasing OKC. That's really it. Who's gonna chase OKC? Who's gonna compete with OKC? And quite frankly, I'm gonna give you guys my opinion. I think OKC is gonna repeat. I got OKC going back to back. I don't think that there's a team in the league that can beat them in a 7-game series, and they pretty much got everybody back this year. I think that they do a really, really good job playing off each other. They guard. They can play in a scramble. They can play man. They can make matchup zone. I mean, we saw that last year in the playoffs. They obviously can score the heck out of the ball. They got guys coming off the bench. Everybody plays together. They all know their role. Like I honestly don't see a team beating them in a 7-game series, but it's still early in the season. But I think, and this is probably my favorite team to watch this year. I think Houston, I think Denver can give them a run for their money. I think that Houston is definitely my favorite team to watch this season. I think them picking up KD was a huge pickup for them. Where are they sitting at right now? The Rockets are what? The Rockets are number 4. So Rockets in the number 4. Yeah, I think the Rockets can for sure give them a run for their money. I like the team they have. They definitely have the size to do it. I think they might have the biggest starting lineup in the league, or maybe it's the West. I don't know, but the starting lineup, everybody's over 6'5", 6'6". So they got the size. Them picking up KD, now they got a guy that knows how to close games, experienced. I think that was the thing they were missing last year, is having that guy that they can really give the ball to go make a play in crunch time. And playoffs is different than regular season, man. You already know playoff ball is not. It's more half court, more sets. So it's different than regular season ball. But man, I think them picking up KD was huge. I think that now they got a guy that can really close the game for them. Best scorer ever. Yeah. But let me. I'm gonna say this because I told y'all this space right here. We gonna air everything out. Okay, we gonna air everything out right here. I don't understand the KD slander. Like to discredit a player's career because of the moves that they made, trading or moving teams. Like to discredit a player's entire career over the team that they chose to go to. Honestly, it's foolish, man. Like, because first of all, basketball is a team game. Okay, it's not individual. So if you get traded to a team and it doesn't pan out the way you've expected it to, it's not always on the player, right? But if you are a hooper at any level, high school, college, overseas, G League, NBA, whatever, and you telling me that you can look me square in my face, in my eyes, and tell me that you don't respect KD's game, I don't want to have no conversation with you about nothing hoop related. Like, if you've been a hooper at any of those levels or are a hooper at any, and you can look me in my face and honestly tell me that you don't appreciate and respect that, like, we will never ever ever see nothing like that ever again. Ever. Like you talk about a 7-footer off the dribble, off the catch, shoot the 3, get to the midi, floaters, get all the way to the rim, pick and roll, ISO, post up, get to his spot, efficient. We will never, ever, ever see nothing like that again. So if you're telling me that you, as a hooper, don't respect that, I don't want to have no conversation with you, bro, about basketball. Like, Sengun is a beast. Physical, posts you, body you, scores it, plays defense, rebounds. Not scared of nobody. I think it's really gonna be KD and Sengun that lead the charge for them. I think that's gonna determine the success they have going forward, is how well those two guys play. But they also got other guys that complement Jabari Smith. Who else is over there, man? They got Jabari Smith, Steven Adams, the Thompson twin. I think Houston has a good chance of competing with OKC. I think that point guard spot for them, I think that's going to be the question going forward. I think that they're doing a good job now with it, but that might be the thing that comes to bite them. But other than that, I think Houston, they got a legit shot for real. So, who else is in there? Lakers are sitting at number 2. I think, man, the Lakers, because this is for all you Lakers fans out there. Y'all may be watching this. Like, the Lakers are for sure going to be one of the top teams in the regular season. It's no question. I think Luka's Luka. Bron playing like he's fighting father of time. It's amazing. The greatest athlete we've ever seen, probably ever. Right, greatest athlete ever. Reeves is playing crazy. I just don't see the Lakers being a team in the playoffs that can win the chip. I don't think that they can beat OKC in a 7-game series. I don't think they can beat Denver in a 7-game series. But it's still early in the season. I think that defense obviously wins championships. It always has. I don't think the Lakers guard well enough in the postseason. Yeah, man, but we'll see. It's still early in the season. Lakers sitting at number 2. But I'm going to go OKC. I'm going to go Houston number 2. And then number 3, I'm going to say Denver. I got Denver as my third spot. I think that Jokic is the best player in the world. I think he's obviously a matchup problem for everybody. And I think this year, man, they got the team around him to really complement him. The thing they were really missing last year. So it's going to be exciting also to watch them play as the season goes on. So I'm going to go Denver number 3. And then number 4, I'm going to go San Antonio. The Spurs are a team, they're probably one team I've watched so far more than anybody else this season in the NBA. They got a very, very young team. I mean, Wemby is unbelievable. They got a bunch of guys, young guys, athletic, can really get after it. They guard. I think they can be a legit contender in the West too, man. I think that they can give OKC a run for their money. I don't think they made the playoffs last year, but I think this year they're gonna really have a good year, especially if they can stay healthy. So I'm gonna go San Antonio, number 4. So I got OKC, man. I got Houston. I got Denver. And I got San Antonio. Those are my top picks coming out the West come All-Star break. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who will be the top 3, top 4 teams coming out of the West at All-Star break? Let me know what you guys think. So another NBA segment, NBA topic. A question I got here is, so recent news in the NBA, the retirement of one of the greatest players we've ever seen, one of the greatest point guards ever. Chris Paul announced his retirement. Salute to CP, salute to Chris Paul on a hell of a career. Actually, some more recent news. As of Wednesday, the Los Angeles Clippers have released and waived Chris Paul from the team. I'm not going to lie to y'all. This got to be one of the worst treatments that I have ever seen done to a player by anybody. Like, to take your greatest player that you've ever had in your franchise's history, you talking about a dude that literally gave you almost a decade, helped build up the culture, build up the image, racked off wins, helped put the team on the map. You talking about the greatest player that you guys have ever had on your team. Literally gave you everything for almost a decade. And, man, to make the decision to release and waive him, I think it's a very, very bad look for the Clippers. I think it's lame. I think it shows it has a huge taste of just disloyalty. But honestly, the NBA is like that, man. It's just shocking. I would have never thought that something like this would happen in this way to a player, man. Like especially a guy who is, like I said, the greatest player that you've had in your franchise's history, and he's in his retirement year, man. So to see you release and waive a dude like that, they always say that the best team in LA was always purple and gold, right? And I think now people get to see why. So now I don't know how much I don't know how much truth there is to this. I think I saw a source saying that CP roughed a couple of feathers in the locker room. Telling basically telling people what it is. I mean, everybody that knows CP knows obviously he's outspoken. He's not gonna hold his tongue. He gonna get on guys. He gonna talk the way he talks. I mean, some guys embrace that. Some guys don't. I don't think that should be a reason for him to be released. I mean, because it's like there is no way that a guy that averages 14 minutes, 2 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists on the season has anything to do with y'all being 5-16. Like, so if this dude is a cancer to your team and he's not playing, right? He's not out there, he's not performing, and if you're telling me that he's a cancer on the team, then y'all got bigger problems, because he shouldn't even be a factor, right? The dude ain't getting no minutes, he's not out there playing, but you are blaming him and seeing him as a cancer to your team. To be 5-16, you would think that your focus would be in other places, but coming in the locker room, you're not playing, you're bossing people around, trying to tell people what to do, telling people what to do in practice and the drills, and you can't get out there and, do anything. I get that. You want to be able to obviously, if you're ruffling feathers in the locker room, guys are out there playing, and the Clippers have no young guys. It's all vets. So, you got a guy coming in there, man, acting like he's, out there doing and killing and cooking, and he's not, and then trying to get on other guys. I could see where there would be some disagreement, but my thing is, from the Clippers' standpoint, you knew exactly what you were getting when you signed him. This is a dude who's played on your team for what, 7-8 seasons? Right, almost a decade. So you know exactly the type of demeanor, the personality, the style of leadership. You know exactly what you were getting, man. I don't see how releasing a guy like that has any benefit to your team. I don't see how it was that much of a problem, to make that type of move. But man, I think it's unfortunate. Hopefully a team comes along, ends up picking up CP. I think that he for sure deserves his flowers. He's one of the greatest point guards we've ever seen, one of the greatest players we've ever seen. You want to see a guy like that go out the way he's supposed to. So the question I got is, CP, do I feel like CP is a top 5 point guard of all time? Yes, I do. I think as a point guard, man, it's not too many other guys that you really think about that have really just dominated like that at their position. I mean, and to embody everything that a point guard is, because the point guard position obviously has been changed so much over the years. It's not really so much guys with the mentality of pass first. It's more so everybody that's a point guard now, you really just a scorer. You play the two. you kind of just go back and forth. So it's not too many guys, man, that you can really think about that have really just embodied that position like CP. I mean, top 2 in assists or something like that? Yeah, top 2 in assists, top 2 in steals. I mean, honestly, if you're a point guard and you top 5 in assists and steals, those 2 categories, I mean, I think that automatically puts you in the conversation with the best, because that's literally what embodies a point guard: being able to protect the ball, control the tempo of the game, guard your position, hit open shots, and then get your teammates involved. That's really the thing that embodies a point guard, man. So I think Chris Paul's for sure 5-point guard of all time. For sure Hall of Famer. My favorite point guard to watch. So salute to CP, man, on a hell of a career. Yeah, so wrapping up the NBA segment. So shifting into college hoops for a second. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I haven't really tuned into too many college games yet, other than my guys. Y'all know who y'all are. But who are my top teams to look out for to watch this season? Oh man, so off the top of my head, and I'm gonna say this team because I've been hearing a lot of hype about them and a lot of obviously talk about them. I'm gonna say BYU. I think that the young dude AJ Debonsa, I think that's his name. If I'm not saying it right, I apologize. I think that he's for sure got a pro game. He's for sure a pro. I think he's can really hoop. So man, I'm excited to see how the season pans out for them. I think that they'll for sure be a tournament team. Hopefully they will be a tournament team. But yeah, man, that's probably the one college team I've been hearing the most about. I think that they'll be one of the top teams this season. Number 2, I'm gonna say Houston. Houston was probably the one college team I watched last year out of everybody else. Seeing them in the tournament, I think that they should have beat that Florida team. I was rooting for them to make it all the way to the Natty. Very, very disciplined from what I saw last year. Well coached, play defense. They play hard. So yeah, man, they were the one team that I really tuned into last year out of everybody. But I'll probably say those 2 teams, man, BYU and Houston. 2 of the teams I'll probably tap into the most this season. But let me know what you guys think, man. Who are your top teams, or what teams are you excited to watch this college hoop season? Let me know in the comments. Shoot it to me. What did I say? So that wraps up the college hoop segment. High school hoops games just started up. Try to tap into high school hoops as much as I can. Same thing with overseas, man. Shout out to all my guys again overseas, over the waters. We try to be tapped into games going on over there. I know it's been going really, really crazy over there last couple months. Yeah, man, it's been a crazy, crazy start to the hoop season. Very, very exciting. Thank you guys for tuning in today. New content, new episodes will be dropping every single week. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, comment, tell a friend, share it with somebody. Be on the lookout for next week, episode 2 on the way. I will see y'all next time. Peace.